HavenShine Reviews episode 11. I got a good one for you this week. We're going to go over the top 5 gaming movies of all time. So this ought to be good because, well, let's face it, there aren't a whole lot of good ones. So what are you going to see in this? You're going to see a couple of surprises for sure. I've already heard from people saying, "Oh, this movie better not be in there. That movie better not be in there," you know. But right off the top, I have to say that Super Mario Brothers is not going to be in here. That had to be one of the worst movies for video games, probably ever. That was just dreadful, dreadful. So you won't see that one in here, but you will see 5 movies that I think that are pretty damn good. So let's get with it. I'm Ron, in case you did not know, from HavenShine Entertainment. And you can find us here, Rhode Island Broadcasting, of course. And you can also find us on HavenShine.net. We have a list of tons of movies that I've reviewed. You get my rankings, and you can go and see that right now. And all the movies that are in here today on this show will be uploaded tomorrow. So let's go right into it. Number 5 might surprise you already. It is Detective Pikachu. Now, I remember going and seeing this in the movies, and it was good. I was pleasantly surprised when I went to go see this. Ryan Reynolds, I thought, was going to completely bomb in that role, and he was fantastic. It was an enjoyable movie. It was not great. I mean, there was some flaws in this. I gave it a 76 overall. So it's just an average movie. But as far as gaming movies are concerned, it's pretty good because there's just not a lot of good ones. So I had Detective Pikachu, starred Ryan Reynolds, Justice Smith, as Tim, and Catherine Newton is Lucy, and it was a good movie. It was entertaining. Wasn't going to win any Oscars by no means, but it was pretty good. So that was number 5. So if that is a surprise for you, and I'm pretty sure that might be a big surprise for a lot of people. So number 4, this was a movie that somebody told me I hope would not be in this list. But when you look at the movies that you have to choose from for gaming, this had to make the list, and it's Resident Evil with Mila Jovovich and Michelle Rodriguez, who got bit up throughout the movie. The cast was it was a lot of nobodies in this movie, except for the 2 ladies that I just mentioned, and they are fantastic in it. Some of the cast kinda was pretty bad, but I thought pretty much the movie kinda stayed true to the video game. There was differences, obviously, because it is a movie and not a video game. But I think they did a pretty good job overall. I liked the pace of the movie. I liked the action in the movie. A lot of that was good. So, it was entertaining. It's watchable again. I don't like endings in a lot of movies, and this was one of those that I didn't really care for, but it was worthy of being number 4, and I rated it as a 79.8 overall. Again, not great, and just barely over average. But definitely, it's a video game movie that you got to see. Also, there's other movies like Doom did not make this list, and I want to say hi to all those people that are watching, like Tyrant Task Force and Kieran. Yes, Yeah, I know, Kieran. Yes, it was but most video game movies are only that. That's the sad part. We can't get good movies until recently. Until recently, and you'll know why. Um, Number three might also be a surprise for people. It was Warcraft. Now, again, rated 79.9, just barely ahead of Resident Evil. From 2016, Travis Fimmel was the big star in this movie. So look, the acting was average at best, but it was entertaining. It was entertaining. I thought there was a lot of action in it, some good storylines. The screenwriting might not be so great, but the storyline was great. Um, Everybody that played Warcraft, World of Warcraft, or Warcraft, the strategy game, they went and checked this movie out, and it's hard. It's hard. Um, but there was some cheesy moments in it, but all in all, I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. I thought they could have done a lot more. I would have actually liked to see this movie been a two-parter and then really, really get into it, but it wasn't a big studio thing. So it was one of those things that, they kind of put together, not on a high budget like these blockbusters are. So you only can get so much out of them. So let's go to number two, which I wasn't sure I was going to put this here until I rewatched it today. And the movie is Rampage with Dwayne Johnson, Naomi Harris, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Um, it was from what, 2018? I don't remember the year that it came out, but I really like this movie. This movie, to me, was clearly number two, and I rated it 81.8. I thought the storyline was fantastic. Obviously, it's not going to be quite like the video game, because the video game, it was just these animals, and you were just like crushing on top of the buildings and stuff like that. It wasn't like you know a Sonic or a Super Mario Brothers or something like that. That was like a lot of story to it, but they made the story to it. I actually think the movie's way better than the video game. I thought the actors did a really good job. Like, look, Dwayne Johnson, he was a wrestler, and he might be the best actor out of all the wrestlers that have ever turned to acting. I think he's fantastic. He knows how to hold that the fans' attention, and you put a good storyline, you put some feeling into it, and I'll tell you, had the best ending out of all of these movies. The best ending. Like, I gave the ending a 10. That's how much I love this ending, and I don't like a lot of the endings in movies. So, all in all, 81.8, Rampage definitely, definitely was the second best, and that might be a biggest surprise out of all in this list. So that leaves number one, and I'll tell you, I tried to give Tomb Raider a shot at this list, and it did not happen for me. I couldn't get it in there. So anybody expecting Tomb Raider, you are out of luck, and it is the movie I just mentioned a little while ago, and it is Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my God. Like, this was the movie that I thought was going to be terrible. When I went to the theaters, I thought I was going to hate this movie. And it turned out to be one of my favorite movies last year. Like, I couldn't believe the job that they did. Uh, like, first of all, what Ben Schwartz was the voice of Sonic. He did fantastic. If there was anybody that could have done better, good luck to you, because I don't think there was a person out there that would have done better than he did. James Marsden was fantastic in the movie, and as much as I hate Jim Carrey, he was made for that role. He was made for that role, and the storyline, it follows the video game. The music in it. I mean, come on, like even when there was some scenery, there was always something about that scenery that reverted back into the video game. Like they tied everything in so nice. I gave this movie an 86.3, which is B plus. It's good. It's good. And I think with time, I think it would actually get better than that rating because of all the little details of the little things that you think about Sonic with his shoes. There was a story about his shoes. Like, who does that? Like, it was so enlightening to see these little things that is so part of Sonic come out in the movie. It was enlightening. It gave hope for video game movies everywhere. Like, now we have to expect a little better quality of movies. For like Mortal Kombat, that movie stunk. The acting was terrible. There was so much to hate about that movie. I couldn't even consider it. Like that movie, I think I had it rated like a 63. I couldn't make room for that. Like, the acting was so bad. There was only one good actor in the whole movie. So there was, exactly, Kieran. That movie was terrible. So that was not going to be on this list. The winner, and clearly way ahead of the pack, is Sonic the Hedgehog. They got to do better in video games. So we got possibility, Uncharted with Tom Holland. That's coming. So hopefully that replaces something on this list. It's got to be better. It's got to be better, and we demand better. No more Dooms, no more Mortal Kombats, no Super Mario Brothers. That piece of crap movie. We got to do better. So as fans of video games and movies, we need to demand better from these companies. Don't just throw something together and give us a pile of crap and expect us to enjoy it and support it. No. But I digress. I thank all these guys, Papa Hooks and Kieran and all these guys. Let me go down the list. If I can get my mouse to work. Everybody else, Tyrant Task Force, all these guys supporting. Amanda's there, Cod God. So thank you for coming. This was the top 5 movies in gaming. And we'll see you next week with another top 5. We're out. Take care. Thank you.